I have not looked at VeChain for a while. I got a community member asking about it, and then I'm going to have to wrap this up because Tuesdays and Thursdays after my live chats are my gym day. And my wife has not come to my office to knock on the door yet saying, let's go, dorkface. All right, VeChain. Look how beautifully these origin lines are working. Wow. This is so structured. Gosh, why don't I trade this coin? This is so predictable. Wow. And the reason I'm kind of like freaking out about this right now is because I haven't looked at it for a while. But if you're going to be profitable when you're clicking around with your money, profitability equals volatility plus predictability. Obviously, VeChain's pretty volatile and it's pretty predictable. This is a massive. I might start trading this. This looks beautiful. Yeah, just don't ever forget that formula. Profitability equals volatility plus predictability within a certain parameter. If you get too volatile, then it actually makes it pretty hard to trade. Like XRP is really hard to trade. So too much of any good thing is bad, right? If you have too much fun in your life, well, then you're not doing the serious things like paying. Oh, there she is. Anyway, so let me give you a quick analysis on this real quick. Making my face. All right, so if Bitcoin's going to go down a little bit more this bear market, this was probably going to go down 35 to 40%. So let's mark this off 35%. Let me kind of go like this. Now I'm assuming if I copy some of these lines here, yeah, one of these is going to align with that, right? So make it equidistant, bam, boom, bada bing, yeah, right there. And so, but does that align? So that aligns with the percentage basis. It aligns structurally. But does the projection align with my mid-June to mid-July area? And let's make a box like this. Is that June to July? Hell yes, it is. So everything seems to be aligning outside of. I haven't measured from the top down to see if it's about 95%, close to 95%. I haven't done that yet, but we'll do that last. So right now, everything that I've tried is aligning almost perfectly for this. Now, the last moment of truth, let's see if this aligns with roughly 90 to 98%. It's got to be 90 to 98% for all the stars to align. Is that in that area? 93%. Everything aligns. Therefore, that's one solid ass target. Am I guaranteeing you this is the exact bottom? No, I'm not. Please don't interpret this as Kosa said this is the bottom, so I'm going to go all in. Don't do that. Don't do that. Rather, consider this as an area of interest, of serious interest, where you begin DC, like this is where your DCA plan starts getting pretty serious around 20 cents or 2 cents. Around 2 cents. 2 cents to 217. So with a zero in front. So 0.0217 to 0.0191. 191 to 217 roughly in that area is the stars are aligning. So anywhere around either side of 2 cents is a really good area to put in some limit buy orders for 2022, expecting it to hit somewhere around late June to July. What else do we have? The short-term time frames. Well, what we can see here is it lost this origin line here. So it lost it. It's using it as resistance. So it needs to start forming some higher lows. Let me actually go down to the 1 hour chart. Does it have a chance to get back above? It actually just made a lower low. So in order to get above this, it probably needs to make higher lows. And this just so low, higher low, higher low. And then it made a lower low and a lower low. It's probably going to come up to here in the short-term time frame, 3.3 cents, and then fail and then try to make a higher low down here. So its best option to wiggle up a little bit more to make a tradable move to the upside is to get above this line and fail it, but then make a higher low and then try. So before it gets confidently above this line for some type of corrective move to the upside, it probably needs to go above it, fail it, make a higher low, and then try. It'll get above it on its second try, not its first try, because it broke higher low structure. That's extremely probable to happen if it goes up in the short term, which I'm not saying it will. However, that would probably be best case scenario for you right there on the very short term time frame. And more bearish case, it could easily do something like just make a lower high and keep wiggling its way down and come down to this and lose it, and then go down to the next target here, closer to our box. So just realize either way you interpret this on the short-term time frames, you're going to want to go to small time frames like the 1 hour and kind of look at this little line here, and how does price interact with that would be how I would interpret which way it's going to go once it interacts with this line. So it does look like it'll play with it, but how it plays with it is how I would interpret, make my analysis thereafter. I don't know how it's going to interact with that at this time, but I showed you a bearish case and a bullish case, and it's going to do one of those two things or something in between. And it just depends on how the stock market starts recovering or keeps bleeding out, and how Bitcoin reacts to that. And I'm going to end the VeChain analysis with that. Hopefully that was helpful.